Hello and welcome back to IPL Radio. You're here with Jack.
And Danny.
And hi, thank you so much for joining me on a beautiful Wednesday sunny afternoon. And we have some special guests joining us today. Cassie, it is so nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming in.
You're very welcome, Jack. Thank you for having us.
And I have to say, I'm really pleased that I can finally talk to someone who struggles with disability, mainly because I can understand how that feels mainly. And Danny, it's great to see you too.
Thank you, Jack. You too, bud.
You're
good to have another Dan in the room.
Yeah.
So it's actually there's so many Dannys in our house that we know my mum and I, we can't keep up. But yeah, we just wanted to get a bit of what it's like to go through your life, Cassie, and how you do everything, and how you keep up with being blind. I mean, I was a bit upset at first, but you can tell me if you like.
So I was actually born with a genetic condition called albinism. So there's many different forms. There's people that were just born with the white hair. There's others that are born with just the pale white skin. Others that are born with just the eyesight issues. And then there's myself, who is born with all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that, I'm really, really sorry for what you had to go through. I know you must feel upset.
No, not at all, actually. It's because I was born this way, I actually don't know any different. So I've actually been able to grow up with what I've got, learn to cope with what I've got, and make the best of life as the best I can.
Yes, well, that's what I like about you. It doesn't seem like you're scared of how you feel. It's like you're in control of your body, and you're very brave, and you're much stronger than you think.
Thank you. And
that's what I really like about you. I mean, I didn't know how I would feel when the doctors told my mum I had cerebral palsy. I didn't know, but the doctors knew that something was wrong with me. But I have a disability, but it hasn't stopped me from doing what I love.
Exactly.
And I can relate to that. So it's actually a good thing that you're not letting any of your problems get in the way of your joy of life. So I wish you so much love and so much compassion. And if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you.
Thank you, Jack.
You're a legend, Jack.
So Danny, tell me a bit about you.
A bit about after that beautiful intro. I have vision impairment problems too. Chalk and cheese compared to Cass. Mine, I wasn't born with it. I had a basketball injury. This is about 12 years ago, something like that. A teammate just happened to miss the ball and kind of got a little karate chop in the corner of my eye and detached my retina. And that does affect my mental health, Jack. I can talk to you about it but until the cows come home. And I guess that's why, likewise, but I enjoy Cass's company. I'm really starting to, admire the strength in people, like that. Specifically for me, vision impairment, but come on, like anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I finally understand now, yeah.
And I guess I finally understand of what it's like for someone to have the disability and struggling. But we actually have a saying here at the radio station that Danny and I use, because we learned it from Apostolos. He told us to focus on the ability rather than the disability, and that's what we're trying to do, and it's really working out for us. Yeah, and just because we have... Just because we might have problems, we are focusing on the joy, the happiness of our lives. Yeah, okay, we'll have ups and downs, but it's not all bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like the when something negative happens, the journey of overcoming it and changing really molds you as a person. I feel like so. Well, what are you doing your own radio show now as well? What made you want to come into the radio today?
Yeah.
So I was actually given the opportunity just to come in and have a look around and or that last week, and Tris here in the radio station actually put me on with Pete. I think he was.
Yeah, it was Pete. Yep. Last week. Yep.
Yep. And I was just having a good discussion with Pete, and I mentioned the word Twitch and streaming, and Dan was walking past the door and heard it, and, well, here he is.
Yeah, bing, bing, bing. I was like, oh, what's that?
All right, so we got a streamer in the room.
We do, yes.
Okay. All right. What's that? The streaming, what is it? It's gaming or?
Yes, I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
I play games on stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
Usually stream on weekends.
Yeah.
I'm one of those ones that play the cozy, comfy, chill games like Sims and Stardew Valley and...
Yeah. Do you get a lot of feedback and people watching those sort of streams?
I've got a good small community. It's slowly growing, and I'm really happy to see it growing. It's lovely to see a great team of mods who are there to help keep me going and help keep this chat safe.
Do you watch Twitch, Dan?
No, but I've heard of it, and I see videos flying around.
Is it new?
Twitch has actually been around for many, many years.
It's becoming new. Like, it's not new. It's popular now. You know, I think it's just
not just gamers. Like, people Twitch everything, but it's mostly gamers. Hey, playing their.
It's known for gamers, but it also has other categories like makers and crafters. So people who crochet or knit or needle felt or
like ASMR.
Cooking.
The ASMR that I've seen. I think that as well.
There's an ASMR category. There's a cooking category. There's a just chatting. There's an IRL. There's art. So people actually do art on stream.
Yeah.
So it's there for multiple things. Anyone can pretty much find a category that they're interested in.
Yeah.
And then from there they will eventually learn how to filter to the exact category or the exact sort of community they're looking for. And
so you've been doing that for quite a long time as well?
Yeah, I've been streaming for about 2.5 years.
Ah, good. Yep. And just building that community.
Actually, no, nearly 3. No. I'm nearly at my 3-year affiliate anniversary, so probably about 3.5 years.
What about you, Dan? What do you do on that? What do you stream on it?
I'm not a streamer. I've just been watching.
Oh, you just been watching.
That's why I've been interested in streaming. At the moment, I've been watching, I don't know if you know Jake and Bake. You ever heard of him, Cass?
No, I haven't heard of him either.
He's they call it IRL streamer, like in real life streamer. So he's going around and traveling the world kind of thing, and recording his journey, and that really caught my eye. I was like, okay.
So I take it he's really popular.
He's a bit popular. Yeah, he is one of the more popular ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just wish I knew what he looked like.
Yeah, that's the bonus of Twitch is that a lot of them use face cam or webcam, so you can generally see what they look like. If they're not comfortable using a webcam, a lot of them will then become what's called a VTuber. So they have an avatar as their face on stream, basically.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world now. Hey, that you can just you can find that on the internet.
Sometimes it is a crazy world. I mean, the world isn't always perfect that we live in, but at least we give things a try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them about how you got into the radio and how what we've been doing in the last 2 years now?
Yes.
Something like that?
Yeah, you guys don't mind, do you?
No, go for it.
Okay. So Daddy and I started working at the radio February 2021, not last year but the year before. And that's when I started working here. Danny started coming on board because I had a few previous support workers who were helping me. The first one who was helping me, a lovely African guy called Femi, and I did my first interview regarding the topic of independence, about what it's like to practically live with a disability and how you feel down, you feel low and sad, but on the outside of it, it can also make you feel happy. But if we're thinking about what the good thing is here, it's okay to tell people how you feel. If you tell people how you feel, you tell them that you're not alone or you feel scared. Because if you don't tell people how you feel, how are we supposed to know? I mean, we can't read your mind for you. It's not going to work like that.
Yeah.
I mean, but when with Danny and I working together now, as you can see, we're such a great partnership. And when I was working with Femi at the time, I found out some exciting news that I was invited on TV for an interview.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Yeah, so that happened in 2021 in Leaderville. I was invited onto the couch with Fred Mavrika and Nisha Seth, the TV host. Now, I cannot believe I was actually talking about my life on live television. I was a bit nervous and, nervous and excited at first because I didn't know how to act or how to respond, but it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But my journey has led me to believe that I'm a very independent person and is not scared of facing the reality that just because I'm disabled, there are so many positive things in my life. Like, I go to the gym, for example. I even have a pool at home which I like to swim in, and I also go to the radio and do other things. Like, Danny is involved with a disability company called Mabel, so he takes me out for dinner sometimes.
Oh, lovely.
On Sunday, we went for pizza and stuff.
We did.
That.
So we went to
Nice.
this fancy little Italian place because my auntie Claire is out on holiday at the moment, who's originally from the UK, who's my mum's sister, and my mum's Scottish. So I know my nationality is Australian, but I'm part Scottish. But I'm actually pretty good at doing a Scottish accent, which is quite funny. So it does make me laugh. I like to take the joke out my mum sometimes, and with my twin brother being a part of my life, Ryan, he's really great. We're not identical, not in that way, but we were born together as a team. Everything that we've done together, every battle that we've done, we've stayed by each other's sides. But my brother is at home now, but last year he was in Kalgoorlie and then had to do some engineering at Curtin University because he was doing some studying back at that time, and it was a bit, I guess it was hard for him in his defense, but he's a very independent young man who knows exactly what he wants, just like the way that I feel. And I do have a wonderful family. I even live with a golden retriever puppy who's 7 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her name's Sheena, and she's gorgeous. And she, when I wake up, she gives me a kiss every morning as soon as I wake up.
My roommate just got a puppy. It's a Shepherd Cross Blue Heeler. She's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a
dogs
dog.
are beautiful. You cannot just go past without loving a golden retriever. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, they are a beautiful dog. Yeah.
I mean, Danny has cats of his own. I have cats, but I don't like cats as much. They just
you have a lot of cats, so
Yeah,
every time I pull into your house, I nearly run one of them over.
Well,
I got 9 lives though, so it's alright.
My mum is like officially the cat lady.
Okay,
I used to have
yep.
6 cats, but 2 died years ago, so I've only got 4. But my cats do annoy me sometimes, especially my other cat, Gingy, who looks like Garfield from the movie. Oh, but he's so annoying.
I got given a pet snake about 2 months ago, and he's become my love.
Oh, yeah, just make sure you feed him because he'll eat you.
Here's the thing, I'm terrified of snakes. I have a phobia.
Dude, I was not terrified, but it's the one animal that you look into a snake's eyes, you're like, what are you thinking?
But
You
Yeah,
always
he's
want to
just
strike.
one angry noodle.
Yeah, that's what I saw. And he's really changed my way of thinking with snakes. Like, he's such a beautiful little creature, and
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
And it's how they feel people out, eh? They're like your vibe. If you're like really scared, they can tell, and they'll start kind of messing with you. But if you're really relaxed, they're relaxed as well.
Yeah.
The vibration.
Yeah.
Well said, man. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I really love, while we're here at the radio, I also love listening to music at home because I've got my own very collection of CDs that I like to listen to. So I do have like favorite genres like pop / R&B and all that. And Danny likes his alternative and everything because I listen into the car constantly. But it's kind of songs that I've never even heard of.
He either hates them or mildly likes them. So he just,
what do you listen to? Like what alternative? But what's band?
It's just people, very small bands that you probably like. Far Caspian, like these small, they're like smaller. Goth Babe, that's a cool one. Trying to think of one.
That's alright. I put you on the spot. Like,
Spacey Jane, but that's kind of like more mainstream now. But they when they were smaller and stuff like that, and just different, not pop. I just can't do pop.
You know who's good? You know, I'm getting a bit older now. My music taste seems like it's getting outdated these days. But is Alt J. I was listening.
Alt J,
I was
Breeze
listening to
Blocks.
Alt
That is a crazy song.
Love
as well.
that song. Yeah,
because you think it's so like it doesn't sound positive, but it sounds alright. And then it's actually about like some crazy stuff when you watch the.
I got to listen to the lyrics a bit better then.
Yeah. It's actually it's pretty deep. But
what about you, Jack? What's your favourite band or genre?
Band or song or
yeah.
Well, my favourite band would probably have to. I like a bit of Silverchair, and I do love the pop princess Kylie Minogue.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
she's
she's great. I love Queen Freddie Mercury. He was my idol. No, he's dead, but I still miss him, Freddie, very much because I love all the Queen songs like Queen, like Radio Gaga, I Want to Break Free and everything, like all the international hits that made them famous, and a little bit of the Bee Gees as well.
Yeah, Bee Gees is cool. They're so unique.
How about you, Cassie? What sort of music? Because I know you guys are starting also after you let us know about your new show that you're gonna be doing.
Yeah, we're just a little interested.
Yeah,
sure.
So to answer the question about what sort of music I'm into, I actually enjoy country music.
Country, okay.
Like Johnny Cash.
Reba McEntire.
Yeah,
Reba McEntire.
We already had we don't have any Reba McEntire on the thing yet.
I used to not like the deep. I still can't go too deep into the country, but I'd like things like Everlast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those little the guitar. I really like the guitar, and I'm kind of warming up to country a bit. Yeah, do like it.
Yeah, Reba's my top artist. I have quite a few that I enjoy. I enjoy Carrie Underwood, Martina McBride, Lone Star, Brad Paisley, Alan Jackson.
Oh, Alan Jackson's great.
Oh, Carrie Underwood's great. I like her song because I've heard it on Spotify. Called Before He Cheats.
Yes,
we're gonna have to try and get one on for you after.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of any of those.
That's one of my favorite Carrie Underwood songs because it's quite catchy the way she sings with her voice, and it's like she's thinking about a guy that she likes, and I think that's what the song's devoted about. That
basically a guy she was dating cheats on her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's one of those to get back at you sort of song.
Yeah, you've got to listen to the lyrics. It's so funny.
Yeah. We'll have to try and find that for you.
Anyway, we're going to talk back on some tunes.
Oh well, we'll ask about their the show first as well though, because that's
coming
up.
Yes.
Dan and I are starting a radio show next Wednesday morning.
Yes.
We're on the 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. slot called Gaming Through Our Eyes, considering the fact that we both have vision issues and we both enjoy gaming. So
yeah.
In that case, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You know when you since you both have blinding issues, is it hard to communicate with people in general?
Not necessarily. For me, it's more that is learning to respect other people's boundaries and they learn to respect yours. People need to obviously find out what you can and can't do, can and can't see, so they know how to assist you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find it's more like people need to ask before, or because I feel like, is it rude when people assume that you can't do something? 'Cause that would be. Or do you more?
I prefer people ask. Can you see that? Can you do that? You're all right. Do you need help?
Yeah.
Because I am a pretty independent person myself, so I like to do a lot of stuff on my own and figure it out on my own.
Which is also great to be independent in that moment also as well. I mean, that's why my whole house was modified because I knew that as I was getting older to a certain age that I didn't want to rely on my mum's help as much anymore. So I just wanted to be independent by myself. I mean, I would ask for help if I needed it.
Yeah.
But the point is that being independent was achieving another goal, and then look where that's got me now. It's actually really helping me in my life.
Yeah, and you sort of learn what you can and can't do. I like to sort of also test my boundaries, sort of thing. Like if it's something that I've not done before, I like to at least attempt it first before I ask for help to see if I can actually do it. Because for me, it's a thing where if I can, I will.
If you don't know, if you don't try, then you don't know.
Exactly, and then if I'm having a struggle with something, or I found out that I just can't do it on my own, then I'll reach out to friends that can help me, or reach out to family. Or
interesting one that we had someone else with issues with the eyes. They had I think they had a dog though. Does
I
your
remember.
other senses, does your ears getting more like stronger towards like are the other senses getting stronger because
so I did notice from a young age I did notice that my hearing is better than
that's hard to compare because you've never can I say something there? Like one thing I noticed since my injury is it's a different type of awareness, because you can't see, and just thinking Cass would have that naturally, what I mean? Like just who's around you in the room, and my way of thinking now, I guess it's hard to explain, but the way of thinking has changed because you lose a sense. So, everything else has to lift up or else, like you're going to bump into things or whatever it is.
Yeah, like that feeling when someone stands behind you or right in front of you and your eyes are closed, but they're there.
Stuff like that, exactly.
Like
perfect,
thanks
point. Man. That's me,
like,
stuff like that.
For me, the only reason I know that my hearing is better than others is because as a young child, I don't remember where I was. I was out with my mum one day, and I was like, "Oh, Mum, I hear a siren," and she's like, "No, you don't." And then like 2 minutes later, she goes, "Oh, yeah, maybe you do."
Wow. Yep.
So
is that how your hearing genuinely improved of how it got better? Because I know that obviously it must have been a struggle for you at the time, and that I'm guessing that there were certain ways of how you got through, like, hearing again, but it must have been hard.
Yeah, so for me, I don't know any different really. So I know what I know, and this is what I've always had. But Dan probably can talk more on that.
Sorry, I kind of missed what you said there, Jack. What did you say, man?
No, what I said with Cassie's hearing, I know it must have been hard for her. But now I'm guessing that your hearing's improving like a little bit.
Yeah, my hearing is improving a little bit. But like I said, I think for me it's more that awareness. I love I've always done martial arts, like in my life, and the style that I do, Wing Chun, it teaches you to use two arms at the same time. So it's a little bit unique in the way you defend and block at the same time. And I've noticed that, like stuff like that helps me, and it also it's kind of restricted me at the same time.
I remember another thing just to point out. When my brother was young,
you have to adapt.
At his childhood, he used to do some jiu-jitsu classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about that, is that like I can't say it. Hapkido, that one? Hapkido, that one.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like that, the one?
I'm not really sure about
Hapkido.
Well? Wing Chun, it's Kung Fu, Chinese Kung Fu.
Oh, okay.
Chinese Kung Fu.
Chinese Kung Fu, only one designed by a female. It's very scientific, with strength and the way you position yourself. And hence the two arms at the same time. You imagine a boxer, they're pretty conditioned, kind of the way they block and then...
it's muscle
memory. It's a different sort. Well, it's definitely muscle memory. It's also the way you throw the punch. it's a strong punch, you know. Beyond the jab, it's well, so beyond the jab, even the jab though, it's such a strong hit. Yeah. Whereas in Wing Chun, you hit strong for sure, but it's because you're defending at the same time. Yeah. If you're doing it properly, you're defending at the same time. It's you're balancing the way you defend yourself. You know,
balance martial
art.
Yeah, you got to learn how to defend as well. It's not all about attacking, I feel like. And on that as well, which is interesting, you might not have known this, in the UFC, you know Oliveira? Yeah, so he's good ground player and stuff like that, but he actually has eye problems, which I didn't realise. And I don't think you can wear contacts in the UFC. So there's an interview and he's like, when I'm fighting, I see 3 opponents.
Wow.
That's how bad it is. But he still was the world champion.
There was a guy I saw just recently. He's actually half blind in there. I think he's one of Khabib's, Dagestan or whatever it is. He's from there or something. And I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Like to be at that level.
Yes, you can do it. As long as you put your mind to it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. And
boxing through our eyes. Yeah.
I mean, I always told myself that when you're trying new things, even if it's new possibilities, you can do anything that you can put your mind to.
Exactly.
Like, don't be afraid to give things a go. And so if we start stuff up, then we'll have a lesson learned. But there's no harm in trying first.
Yep. Exactly, Jack. That's how I was actually brought up. Was try it first. Don't let others tell you can't.
Yeah, I mean, well.
Prove him wrong if you can.
There's the man that thinks he can and the man that thinks he can't, and they're both right.
Yeah, well,
I love that saying.
I mean, I remember when I went shopping with my mum once, and when I was at the age of 3 when I got my first wheelchair, but people were just staring at me, giving me that just staring me in that really rude way, but it was making me feel uncomfortable, and I could tell that by the way that they were staring at me, it was just making me feel uncomfortable about myself, about who I was. But then my mum stuck up for me. But that's what mothers do, because they're really protective, and I think we can all agree that when you talk to a woman who's known you for so long, my mum crosses many bridges. She's a 24/7 carer for me. She's a great cook around the house. She cooks great food as well, and she loves her music. I mean, she would love to know if she can actually hear me doing the interview with you guys right now, because she's at home listening to me today. So it's a great honor to have her listen to me and to have you guys here. But just because I have cerebral palsy, I'm not going to let my disability get in the way of anything, and I promised myself that I'm going to wish for a better life, and my life is here at IPL Radio, and that's not going to change.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, for me, I was fortunate enough that I couldn't see the stairs growing up because of my eyesight. I couldn't see people staring at me, but Mum could. So every time that Mum would take my sister and I to the shops, there were many people that stared at us because, 2 little girls with white hair and white skin walking through the shopping centre, we stand out.
Oh, okay. So you have a sister.
So I do have a sister.
And she's got the same?
Yeah, my sister's the same. She's younger than me. But what Mum used to do is she'd stare back.
Yeah.
So that was her way of trying to protect you.
Yeah, she would stare back at the people that were staring at us and make them feel uncomfortable for staring at us in the first place.
And once you stare back at someone, they don't want to hold it for too long.
No.
Isn't that what's so great about mothers? Isn't that what you love about them the most? How they're just trying to look out for you and protect you the most.
Yeah, so I probably still get stares to this day, but again, I can't see it. So I don't respond. I just keep going, keep living my life, keep doing what I do, and
that's how everyone should live. That's actually I'm going to say that's a good thing about that, because when everyone's looking and seeing what other people are saying about them, it's molding yourself around them when you should just be living your own reality. So it's
living your truth.
Exactly.
Yeah, living the truth and for fighting for your battles, also for what you believe in.
Yeah.
That's what makes you a strong, independent person, and it's the pride that you have in yourself that you're never scared to give up as well. Keep fighting for what you believe in.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what we love about working here, because we love to see people achieving their dreams. And just by talking to you both today, you've made me realise of how important things can be. But if anyone does give you grief, just ignore them and do what you love, Cass, because you're a powerful, strong woman, and that's what I really like about you. You've made me become a better person today. And
thank you.
And Danny, I've really loved talking to you because you've actually made me see the world in a better place now.
Thanks.
Because of you.
Hey, I did that for you. Come on, Jack.
Actually, no, it's the truth.
So I was going to say to your mum listening, like I think I've hung out with Jack, an hour or two? Like,
yeah, but I can tell by the way we've been talking, we have great communication skills. You're a really great guy to talk to, and we get each other, and you're really, really friendly. And I put a lot of trust in who I talk to. It's about vibing the person. When I go out with a new support worker, for example, it's about vibing the person out, getting to know them.
Yeah.
But I feel like with us talking, we have a great connection that's really friendly.
I think we'll have to collaborate again after you guys do a little bit of your show for a little while.
Mm-hmm. I'd love that.
And then we come back and we'll talk about what you guys have been talking about, what we've been talking about and stuff.
All right, well, I'm going to chuck on some tunes now, if that's okay.
Go for it.
This song goes out to my brother because it's one of his favourite songs. This is Best of You by Foo Fighters.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice.